Okay, so we're making some bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. You get them, they look something like this. They come in all shapes and sizes. First thing you got to do is, and you see how there's a lot of this kind of thick, crappy fat there. We're going to get rid of that. You're going to square it up, get all that loose skin off of there. There's some more fat right there that's not really good for anything, so we'll cut that off. We're going to peel the skin back. There's a piece of cartilage right here that we don't want coming loose when somebody of your old grandma's eating it at a wedding. So we're going to cut that out. We'll peel the skin back, just make a couple quick cuts, and you should be able to rip it right out. And that's what it looks like when you get it out of there. Get that. We're going to put them skin side down on a cookie sheet. See, this one has a ton of skin on it. So we're going to open it up. See how much excess there is. And it's got a bunch of fat back here too. We don't need any of that. So we're just going to trim it off. Like so. Flip it over. And it should. So we got all the fat off of it. We're going to find the knuckle that has that piece of cartilage. You can see there where they cut some of the knuckle off. That's okay. Pull that back. Go right beside that bone. Back up. Cut that piece of cartilage out. Show you one more. You don't want to watch a whole video if somebody cut. So now we have all 24 chicken thighs trimmed up and ready to go. On a lined cooking sheet. We got some Malcolm Reed Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub that we're going to use on them. Maybe. I forgot to take remember when you're cooking that, we're going to serve these skin side up. So the tongue's going to hit this side first. So this is where they're going to get their first initial bite and flavor. So we're going to sprinkle a pretty good amount of his rub on the back side of it. And we'll give you a close-up of this when we're done. Nice, solid, consistent coat. Just like that. I'll show you how those look. Now we're going to flip them over and do the same to the skin side. We'll eventually switch them to an aluminum foil cooking dish, but I want to get them seasoned, get them back in the fridge, and let this stuff set in there for about 15 minutes. We've already started the fire. It's warming up. We're using the Big Wood smoker, and when we put them in the pan, we'll make sure the skin's tight. They look presentable, because pretty much how we pull them out of those pans after the initial go around is how they're going to look when we serve them. We're not really going for competition style. We're going for more like everyday eater, but we still want them to taste good and look good. So that's a little slimmed down recipe, but the chicken you could eat many bites of instead of just one bite. So we got them all flipped over, got them laid out. I'm going to go ahead and deglove and hit them again on the top side, just a little bit lighter than I did on the back side. We're doing this for color and flavor, but we want these to look good. You eat with your eyes and then your tongue. So we want that to look good. So that's what the top side looks like. Now, put those in the fridge, let them sit for 15, 20 minutes, half hour, however long it takes to get the fire where we want it. We're going to run the fire a little hotter than you would if you're doing ribs or something. I'm going to shoot for around 325. We'll let them go for, really depending on how clean or dirty my smoke is, will determine how long I let them smoke. If it's running a little dirty, probably 30 minutes. If it's running crystal clean, I'll let it go for 45 to make sure we get plenty a smoke flavor in there, and then I'll show you barbecue, or just want to try a great recipe. Reed's the barbecue rub has some brown sugar in it. More in the Midwest, so we kind of tend to like sweeter barbecue. So I like to use his rub, and then I hit it with like a Tennessee style sauce, so you kind of get both ends of it, and have had great results with it. So here's what we're going to do. We let those sweat in. We're going to pull them out, set this pan out of the way, and we're going to tuck these in here nice and tight, making sure that we pull the skin as tight as we can so it looks like that as we're cooking them. And they will pretty much stay like that. So we're going to pack them in really tight, just one right after the other, making sure that top still looks pretty. Just run right down the line. Okay, so we let those smoke for about 25 minutes. They look pretty good. The fat's starting to render out of it. I don't know if you can see the juice from the bottom of it or not. But the rub is setting up. They're not a nasty color, so everything looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is take some butter flavored Crisco, and we're going to spray the skin with it. What we're trying to do there is in hopes of really getting that skin crispy when we finish cooking it. We're going to wrap it in tin foil, put it back on the smoker for, I don't know, probably 45 minutes, and we'll check the temperature, and we'll get our sauce going. Show you what we're using for a sauce, and then tin foil is fighting me. And once we get them done, cooked, we'll throw them back on. We'll pull them out of the pan, put them on the racks of the smoker, and we'll start getting some color on it and finishing them up, and then send you a picture of, or shoot a video, I guess is what we're doing. We'll shoot a video of the saucing process. We basically sauce them twice. And then we eat them. So there we go. We're going to let those dry for 45 minutes, check the internal temperature, and now we're doubly hot blended. Okay, so now we're going to go through the glaze we put on it. What do we call it? Barbecue sauce. When you think of barbecue sauce, you think really thick and really coaty. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is about 2/3 of the Blue Hog Tennessee to about 1/3 of apple cider vinegar. I prefer the one without the mother in it because that's just cloudy and gross and I don't like it. And then we've got about 1/4 stick of butter that we're going to add to it. So pretty simple. We're going to pour it in there. I'm not going to measure stuff out. I'm just going to kind of guess. And then we're just going to put it on the stove and warm it up. And then when our chicken's done, we're actually going to dunk it twice in there. So there goes the Blue Hog, Tennessee Blue Hog. And none of these guys are paying me at all. Honestly, I have 16 views on my channel. Just things I'm a fan of. About 1/3 of that. And we want the consistency pretty thin. Then we'll throw the butter in. And we're just going to set that on the stove. Let the butter melt in. Basically, we're doing the butter because it gives a nice shine. Once again, appearance. You eat with your eyes first. And then when the chicken gets done, actually done, we're not going to wait for it to get close. We're going to let it get done. And then we're going to dunk it. Hit it for about 10 minutes in there. Pull it out, dunk it again, hit it for another 10 minutes, pull it off, and we'll show you I'll show you that process, but then we will be done after that. Why did I put gloves on to make the sauce? I'm guessing because I had to touch the butter, but hey, that's your call. I'm going to take them off now. Taking them off. Alright, we got the chicken back in here. We'll peel off the aluminum foil and see what temp we're at. There's a lot of juice in there, which a thigh has a lot of juice to give. So, man, those smell great. Way to go, Reed. So we'll probe them. Yeah, we're done. 200. 201. So we'll check the other one. I don't know which one was on the bottom of the smoker, but I'm guessing if those are that far gone, these are fine too. Try not to hit the bone, blah, blah, blah. 193, so these must have been on the top. 197. Anyway, we're done. Let me shoot. I don't know how to switch that around, so that's what we look like. Look at how much juice is in there. Our skin got a little soggy. Basically, we were steaming it, but we're gonna pull that out by dipping them and putting them directly on the rack and just letting that crisp up. So I'll go out, grab the racks. They're a little hot. I'll let them cool down, and then we'll place them on. We'll dunk them, place them on there, back on there for 10 or 15 minutes until we start getting the skin crisp back up, and then we'll dunk them once more, do it again, and serve them. I know everybody's thinking like, oh my God, they're way overcooked. It's a thigh. You can cook it till hell freezes over, and it's still going to be good. And especially if you're one of those people that are kind of weird about their meat being, slimy or juicy. Cook it, cook it, cook it, cook it. So I'm going to cut out here. Okay, so we got an 11th hour change here. That fire going out really kind of screwed me. My skin's really soggy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush a light coat on top and then hit it with a little more rub, and then it's go time, so we got to go. They look beautiful. I'm just not real happy with the way the skin is, but I think I can pull it out of it. So light coat. Hopefully Malcolm's rub will help dry that out a little bit. Crunch time always gets a little scary. You get a little sloppier. You just gotta go. So that's what we're doing. I made about 6 times more sauce than I needed to. But according to Iowa Food Code, I can save it for 7 days. Hit it with a little more rub, and hopefully that fire will take back off. I got the door wide open, so I'm losing heat off the front instead of running over the food. But hopefully while we're in here seasoning these up, it'll catch fire. You don't normally want to fire like that in a cabinet smoker, but tonight we do. Throw on the welding gloves and throw these babies back on. Let's see what we get. So there we go. There's the finished product. Brought it in, dabbed it with some sauce, hit it with some rub, and it is ready to eat. Threw banana pepper on top. Looks beautiful. I don't know how far I can tip it without losing it. I'll try to take a picture with my cell phone, and then we'll edit this baby and see what we end up with. Video.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Linda just said don't forget to like and subscribe, but subscribe. She's good with words. Linda just said don't forget to like and subscribe, but subscribe. She's good with words. But there we are. There are our chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and we'll edit the hell out of this because it's been pretty rough, and post it here hopefully tomorrow. Thanks, guys.